Oten Presidency College and Subhas Chandra, this episode is interesting and popular also. Though this event took place in the early days of Subhas Chandra's life, that is in the college days, early part, analysis of this chapter will give us an idea of the real character and working style of Subhas Chandra, his revolutionary mind. Though this is not important to some persons, or some persons see it in a different angle, let us see to its depth today. Subhas Chandra was a natural leader in the student movement in Presidency College. Oten was English, the professor from England, British professor in the subject of English in the classroom, was in the habit of using some abusive languages about the Indians that infuriated the students of Bengal, students of the Presidency College, and they striked against him, they protested, all these things. There was unrest in Presidency College. But one time there was a compromise to some extent. Professor Oten begged apology from the students, and everyone thought that the thing has settled. But subsequently again, one day, Professor Oten, out of his habit, again used some abusive words about the Indians. That infuriated. And some student thought that such persons cannot be given teaching by discussion and by in a civil way. They should be thrashed physically. And that's why few students, 2 to 3 students together, one corner of a Presidency College building, at the interval of 2 classes, when the Professor Oten was walking on the veranda, he was physically attacked. That is the center beginning of the whole story. And after that, this was taken up very seriously by the Presidency College authority, by the university authority, and by the government of Bengal. And there was 3 inquiry committees, one from the college, Presidency College, other from the university, and also from the government side, because these incidents was the headline at that time from newspapers of Bengal. And naturally the name of Subhas Chandra came in the newspaper headlines. In that early age, Subhas Chandra became headline in the newspapers. All thought out of their natural imagination that Subhas Chandra is one of the persons who has physically thrashed Oten. But what is the fact? If you go into the commission, this inquiry committee reports, you will see that this inquiry committee the investigations, the persons who are asking questions, Subhas Chandra asking, they never asked this question that whether you attacked Oten or not. They are trying to know the names of the persons who attacked physically Oten. That means the persons, the teachers or the persons who are investigating, they knew, because Subhas Chandra was not in the place of incidents, in the campus, he was not physically present. How will he attack Professor Oten at that time? Professor Subhas Chandra was outside, and after the incidents took place, he came to know such a thing has happened. But by this time, one of the attackers' father gave a message to Subhas Chandra to protect the life and career of his son. And also, as a leader, he cannot disclose the names of the persons who is attacked. Professor Oten, he never disclosed, he declined, he remained silent before all the investigating officers, always remained silent. His lips were closed, he never disclosed the names, because as a leader, it is his duty to protect the careers of the students. Though he do not like such way of attacking a professor or such way of protesting, he wanted to tackle Professor Oten in a different way, more civilized way, more broad way. Anyway, this has happened, but he cannot disclose. This is, and he took the responsibility and risk of himself being rusticated from the Presidency College. And he was rusticated on a fact where he is not the criminal, he is not the accused person. Only his crime is he has not disclosed the names of the persons who attacked physically Professor Oten, and he was rusticated. He remained out of the college for 1 year. He was in Kotak. He is doing his meditations and religious activities and social activities in Kotak. And that time it was Professor Ashutosh Mukherjee was the Vice Chancellor of Calcutta University. He came to know this, he knew this. He called Subhas Chandra one day, and there was one day Subhas Chandra hesitating to go to Professor Ashutosh Mukherjee, and Ashutosh Mukherjee was in the habit of moving in the Maidan area, in the Maidan, central Calcutta, while returning from university campus to his residence in Bhavanipur. Bhavanipur is a place side by side, the house of the father of Subhas Chandra and house of Ashutosh Mukherjee. And here in the Maidan, the two came across. Subhas, you are here, you are moving outside, I was searching you, and I am telling you, you will be admitted, I am arranging your admission in another college, that is Scottish Church College. He was subsequently admitted to Scottish Church College, arranged by Ashutosh Mukherjee himself, who was the Vice Chancellor. This is the history. This shows the character of the man who takes the responsibility of his whole team. Though he is not accused person, he has not committed this thing, he has not attacked Professor Oten, but he took the responsibility. This shows the character, this huge character of taking responsibility of the whole team. He is protecting every member of his team. He has not disclosed the names of them, and thereby they have protected their career, academic career in the college, in the university. He himself took the whole responsibility. He got himself rusticated. And on the eve of this century, discussing all these inquiry reports, a new resolution after 100 years, on the centenary year of Subhas Chandra, that is 1997, Presidency College had got a resolution of withdrawing that punishment from Subhas Chandra. That is the history. This is his character. He takes responsibility.